What's up, Team Char-Griller? My name is Jeffrey Boyd and I'm the host of Outdoors with Geoff on YouTube. Now today I'm going to be doing a special cook for Char-Griller, and I'm going to show you the way that I cook tri-tip. Now I'm going to keep it simple, but we're going to add a lot of flavor into this steak right here. I started already by getting a quick salt brine on here for 15 minutes, and then afterwards rinsing it off in cold water, making sure to get all that kosher salt off. Then I tenderized it as well. Now today we're going to be imparting some great flavor here using a couple of rubs that Char-Griller makes themselves. First off, we're going to be using the W sauce as a binder, and then we're going to come back, we're going to hit it up with a little bit of the Char-Griller garlic and herb seasoning, and then we're going to come back with a good heavy dose of the Char-Griller steak seasoning. Now we're going to be reverse searing this tri-tip, and we're going to be doing it on the Char-Griller AKORN. Today I'm going to be using B&B oak lump charcoal, and we're going to be using post oak wood chunks for a mild mellow smoke flavor. Now we're going to cook the steak at 275 degrees, and we're going to cook until we get to an internal temperature of 115 degrees. Once we get there, we're going to pull the steak off, and we're going to open those vents wide open on the bottom and top, and we're going to get a nice sear at about 600 degrees. We're going to cook until we get to an internal of 125 degrees, and then we're going to pull this tri-tip off to rest. But enough talking, let's get to the cook. So I started by lighting a chimney of B&B charcoal for today's cook. And while this dies down, we're going to go ahead and get the steak seasoned up. So I'm coming back with some Lee and Perrins, and I'm using it as a binder on both sides of this tri-tip here. This is actually going to add a little bit of flavor to this cook as well. And next I'm going to come back on the back side with the Char-Griller garlic and herb seasoning, and right behind that I'm going to follow up with the Char-Griller steak seasoning. Now these are some coarse rubs, so you want to go ahead and make sure you get a nice rub, or you get a good press on that tri-tip to make sure that that rub adheres to the steak. And I'm going to do the same thing on the top side. And we're going to let this steak rest for about 15 minutes. In the meantime, our fire has died down. I'm going to add some post oak wood chunks to the cook today. And I'm also going to be using my heat deflector for this cook as well. And this is what the tri-tip looks like after resting for about 15 minutes. And for temperature regulation today, I'm going to be using my Meter Plus. This will alert us when we hit 115 degrees internal. And you can see we're right under our mark of 275 degrees, and we're starting to get some good smoke from that post oak. So it's time to go ahead and get this bad boy on. And we're going to get a nice crust from these seasonings. So it's been about 40 minutes, and the Meter app alerted us that we were approaching 115 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and get this tri-tip off. And you can see we got some really good color on there. To get ready for the next phase of the cook, we're going to open both vents completely. We're going to let the AKORN come up to temperature at 600 degrees. And you can see it didn't take long, maybe about 7 minutes, and we're right under 600 degrees. So it's time to get this tri-tip on for the searing portion of the cook. So I'm going to let the tri-tip cook on this side for 1 minute. And a minute has passed. we're going to go ahead and get a flip on this. And you can see we're already starting to get some good marks on there. And we're going to repeat the same minute on the back side. And in temping it, you can see we're right at about 120 degrees, and we're going to have a little bit of carryover. So I'm going to give one final press on this steak here. And then we're going to call this done and let it rest. And this is what we end up with. All right, guys, this cook is officially done. Let's have a quick recap of what we did. We started with a 2-pound tri-tip, and we did a quick salt brine on it for 15 minutes, and then we tenderized it as well. And then we put some Lee and Perrins on there as a binder, and then we went ahead and seasoned it with Char-Griller's garlic and herb seasoning and Char-Griller's steak seasoning. While we let the steak rest, we went ahead and got the Char-Griller AKORN fired up using B&B oak lump charcoal along with post oak wood chunks for a smoke flavor. And then we went ahead and got that up to 275 degrees. Afterward, we got the tri-tip on the grill and let it cook until we reached the internal of 115 degrees. And then we pulled the tri-tip off, and then we opened up both vents and got the grill up to 600 degrees. And we got a quick sear on both sides until we hit 125 degrees. And here we are. So at this point, the only thing left to do is a taste test. And it smells great. Get this piece out the middle here, and yeah, really does. You can smell that post oak flavor, and yeah, this thing looks great. Let's just go ahead and dig in. There you go. Now, that's tender. Got a lot of great flavor to it. You definitely get that good post oak flavor. And this steak seasoning, actually really good. A nice hearty steak seasoning. And you even get the garlic and herb seasoning in there as well. A really great cook, and it's really simple. And one of the reasons I love tri-tip is that you get those different temperatures throughout, so you can feed a crowd. You can feed 2 or 3 people very easily. If somebody likes it rare or medium rare, you can always have, the further you go in, the more temperature change you have on that. It's been fun hanging with you guys today. Once again, my name is Pitmaster Geoff from Outdoors with Geoff. If you like what you saw today, be sure and take a look in the description below. There's the link for my channel. Be sure and leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of the cook. All right, guys, thanks for watching this episode of Outdoors with Geoff. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications when more content comes out. And also check out these videos here on the channel as well.